Ross right here. Yeah, we got Rick Ross right here.
You're right here. How y'all doing today? I hope I don't intimidate y'all because I got on a hoodie. You know they say if you see a black man with a hoodie on, he's dangerous. So one of the first things I want to start off with is that we all got to be careful because this system has labeled us as dangerous with a lot of something as simple as a hoodie. They feel like that you're dangerous and you can't be trusted. So first thing I want to say to you is always think safety first. Never allow yourself to be in a position to be taken advantage of by nobody. Because the color of your skin automatically makes you dangerous. And that's why we see on these rap videos, they keep promoting this violence. This violence. Be tough, be gangsterous. Don't be forgiving. And for me, that was never what I was into the game about. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my history. I grew up in Los Angeles. I was born in Texas. I was just a normal kid, just like you probably. Not as smart as you are though. See, y'all already smart, I already know. See, me, I didn't learn how to read and write till I was in prison. Yeah, they had tricked me into believing I was a gangster, that I was a thug. And that reading and writing wasn't something that I should be doing. See, my big homies was teaching us to carry a gun, to be tough, to fight. But now I know that I don't want to have nothing to do with none of that. I was an aspiring tennis player, was pretty good in tennis too. Had offers to go to college and play tennis, but they found out that I couldn't read, couldn't write, so that killed those opportunities for me. And I had basically put all my eggs in one basket. It was tennis for me or nothing. Well, after they told me that I couldn't go to college, my mom didn't have enough money to put me on the pro circuit, I found myself in this space where I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And one day I was sitting on my porch and one of my, you know what a big homie is? Anybody? Nobody know what a big homie is? You know.
You're OG.
You're OG. You know, see, y'all know what a big homie is. Come on. Huh? Well, one day my big homie called me. And listen, I was an athlete. I was a real athlete. I'm talking about I was dedicated to my trade. I didn't drink alcohol. I didn't smoke cigarettes. I had never tried marijuana. I was what they would call a square, right? Well, my big homie called me, and he said, "Rick, what you doing?" And I said, "Nothing." He said, "Come by my house. I got something I want to show you." Well, what he did is, when I got to his house, he showed me cocaine for the first time.
Okay.
Cocaine. See, a lot of people think that, you know, what they show us on these little TV commercials and stuff, and they say that this mean bad guy comes and he introduces us to drugs. That's not how it happens. The person that introduces most people to drugs is somebody that they trust and somebody that they care about. So you have to be careful with the people you hang out with, and you really have to be careful with what they introduce you to. Right now, I know the drug of choice is these pills that all the rappers are talking about. What do they call Percocets. And you know what they do with these Percocets? These cartels who don't care about their customers? Anybody know what they putting in the Percocets now? Huh? Fentanyl.
Oh,
And what has fentanyl been doing?
killing
They've been killing their customers.
killing niggas.
See, I sold cocaine.
Whoa.
I sold cocaine. And I feel that was one of the biggest mistakes I ever made before in my life. But with fentanyl, you don't get to make the mistake. So you may not get a second chance with fentanyl. I've had friends who have had kids where it'd be 6 and 7 kids in the house dead.
Damn, that's crazy.
I've had friends that I know who 6 and 7 kids have been in the house dead from fentanyl overdose. They thought they was taking ecstasy. Or what was that they said? Molly's? Percocets. And Molly's. So you guys gotta be careful. You can't trust what these people are saying.
Don't do drugs.
And a lot of these rappers are talking about they're taking these pills and they're really not taking them. See, they saying stuff that they think is cool. They saying stuff that they think is gonna sell records. And most of them are so fake. There's one that even took my name. He took my name and he don't even like me.
Hey, crazy.
So you have to be careful with where you're getting your information from. Because we'll go through life thinking that these people are our friends or that they like us, and they don't care nothing about you. They don't care if you make it in this world or not. So be very careful. Do not let nobody give you no pill, talking about this pill is going to make it better for you. You already good. You already blessed.
All people just say, yeah.
Just because you might not have all the things that some people have, it don't make you no less than anybody else. See, when I was coming up, we were really poor. My mom had a brother, and they got killed in a car accident. And my mom adopted their 3 kids, and that made us really poor. I'm talking about we were really poor. When she would go shopping, she had to buy clothes for 6 kids, so we'd all get 3 pair of pants for the year apiece. And when I would go to school, sometimes I'd feel a little bit embarrassed. I didn't feel that I was as good as some of the kids in class. But now I know that didn't make me no less than them. What my mom made or how much money she had didn't make me no better or no worse than anybody else. See, it really came down to what I was going to do with myself, how I was going to elevate in the world. So you have to think about how you're going to elevate and not what your mom and dad was able to accomplish or wasn't able to accomplish. I did really well in the drug business. I did really well. And I'm not saying that because I'm proud of it. I'm not proud of it. I think selling drugs was one of the worst things I ever did in my life. And I regret that I ever got involved with it. But at the end of the day, I learned so much from selling drugs. Drugs taught me a lot about myself. I started in the drug business with $125, and before I got arrested, I had days I made as much as $3 million in one day.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I made a lot of money selling drugs. But, see, I still was cheating myself. Because it wasn't the drugs that made the money, it was me. See, I thought that it took drugs to make me, but now I know that it was my brain. Wayne took the drugs and made money with it. So I went to prison. They gave me a life sentence without the possibility of parole. They told me that I would never, ever get out of prison. Here I am in prison. I'm totally illiterate. Had never read a book. That's why I tell y'all smarter than I was. Guaranteed, because I know everybody in here. Who in here done read a book before? Wow. Geniuses. So when you see what I'm able to do now, listen to this here. This is important. I want you to catch this right here. When you go online and you see what Rick Ross is able to do, I want you to remember that he didn't learn how to read a book till he was 28 years old.
Oh my God.
So that puts you way in front of me. You're way in front of where I was. So my friend made me some cute, because he told me, he said, man, you ain't no dummy. He said, they just didn't teach you the principles of reading. I said, principles of reading? He said, yeah. So he made me some cue cards with my ABCs. 2 weeks I'm reading the newspaper. A couple weeks later, I'm reading law books. I go to court, I start arguing with the judges and the lawyers, because now I know how to read, I know what their law books say. Next thing you know, I found an issue that got myself out of prison.
I know that's right.
Then I started helping other people get out of prison. So I'm sitting here, because I talk to myself. I hope you don't think bad of me, because I do talk to myself. Right? So I'm sitting in my cell talking to myself, and I say, fool, you could have been doing law. You didn't have to be no drug dealer. You could have been reading. But they never taught you the principles. Nobody never sit you down and showed you. So once I found out that I was getting out of jail, I said, okay, now you know that if you don't educate yourself, you're in trouble. You never had a job before in your life. I never filled out a job application. Still today, I never filled out a job application. I said, so what you gonna do when you get home? I said, okay, what you gonna do? This is what you're gonna do, because you always want to be ahead. You're gonna start studying. You're gonna start studying business. You're gonna start studying credit. You're gonna start studying real estate. Before I left prison, I read over 300 books. I spoke at some of the most prestigious colleges in the country. Brown University paid me, UCLA paid me, Stanford, USC, Louisville, Kentucky, St. Francis, Illinois. And this is from a guy that couldn't read, couldn't write. But I've gotten paid now for going and speaking to some of the smartest kids in the world. And I'm going to tell you, the smartest kids I've ever seen was in little black schools like this. Just like you. When I look at you, I see the genius in you. I also know that you can be tricked. See, I know they can trick you. I know they're going to be trying to trick you because they don't want you to be great. They don't want no little black boy like you and little girls like you to be great. You might be the next Obama. See, they much rather for you to go out here and sell drugs. See, then they can lock you up forever. And then the rest of the little black kids won't have you to look up to. And then they'll get them for guns and using drugs. So you gotta be smart. You can't let nobody trip you up. It's gonna be booby traps. They said they're gonna have it's booby traps set all the way out there. And see, they set the tone already. See, don't think that they put all this violent stuff on TV about us for nothing. See, they do it so they can be justified, so that people will say maybe he did it, and they don't even know who you are. We heard about Trayvon Martin. I think y'all did. Y'all old enough to know about Trayvon Martin? They say he had on a hoodie and a bag of Skittles, and that made him dangerous.
That's what I was.
And the guy that killed him, guess how much time he did in jail?
Like a day or something?
No, 2.
He didn't do no time in jail.
Damn.
And then they take Michael Vick, who was fighting dogs.
Who your
I don't agree with fighting dogs. They give him 4 years in prison for fighting dogs.
I agree.
So you can kill a black person, and then the other one, what's her name? Natasha Harris, I think is her name. From LA, y'all don't know about her. She's probably way too back for y'all. But she was in the store. She was in the store buying the orange juice, and she put the orange juice in her backpack. Walked up to the counter and told the lady that she was going to pay for the orange juice. And somehow the lady started scuffling with her, trying to take her backpack. I think she was only like 14 years old. And you know, with us, we can fight too. We just do. We can do that.
I can't.
And so the lady was wrestling with her, and Natasha just punched her out. The lady picked up a gun and shot her in the back of the head. After she put the orange juice, she took the orange juice out of her backpack because she was mad. She said, I ain't going to even support your store no more. And took the orange juice out the back, put it on the counter, and the lady shot her in the back of the head.
Damn.
How much time that lady get?
Nothing.
No time. So what that tell us? What do that tell us?
They don't care.
Can anybody tell me what that tell us?
They don't care?
Huh?
They don't care?
They don't care about us. That our lives are not important to them. So guess who gotta say that our lives are important? Huh? Who?
The black ones.
Us. See, I love all y'all. Y'all like my little nephews and nieces. I don't want to see nothing happen to you. I want us to unite and be the people that we're supposed to be. And that's why I go around the country and I speak like this all the time. And I let you know about my mistakes, because we all gonna make mistakes in life. But don't make the mistake that costs you your life. Because we need you. Our people need you. We need people that are gonna stand up and have principles and have morals. And that's what I'm dedicating my life to from here on out. The rest of my life will be dedicated to uplifting our people and educating our people. I told you I read 300 books while I was in prison. I'm gonna recommend 3 books that you all should read. These books helped me not only to get out of prison, but also to write this book. You know, I wrote my book off of reading those 3 books because they helped me to go back over my life and know where I made my mistakes. These 3 books is As a Man Thinks by James Allen, The Richest Man in Babylon, and for the ladies, As a Woman Think. They got As a Woman Think too. The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason, and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. These 3 books helped me to go back over my life, analyze my life, and see where I made my mistakes, where I should have went right when I went left, or where I should have went straight when I went left and right. Because you know, so I was so crazy. Sometimes I go left, and then left didn't work. Then I go right, and then I go back left again. And you know, I was out there. I was wild. But these 3 books helped me to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and also let me know that that I was special. Just because I was in special ed didn't mean that I wasn't special. And not the special that they was talking about. See, they told me I was special one way, but I was really special the other way. They just didn't know how to teach me. See, y'all got people with y'all that know how to teach y'all. And what's more important than that they got love for you. See, them teachers that I had, they didn't have no love for me. They were just there to get their check. And sometimes people will play like they're trying to teach you just to get a check. But when you have somebody that genuinely loves you, you gotta let them do what they do. And help them to do what they do. All right? Don't be no statistic. Don't be one of them ones. I did a radio station in St. Louis. I'm gonna tell you this, and then I'm gonna end it. I was in St. Louis on a radio station, and we were talking about the murder rate. This was St. Louis at that time, I think, was the murder capital of the country. And they had a guy in there that was an expert on people who get killed. And we were talking, and he made a statement, right? He said that all the people that had got killed that year in St. Louis, none of them graduated from high school. And me, see, I'm a thinking person, so I start analyzing what he's saying and trying to figure out what he's saying. So I said, so basically you saying that all the people that got killed was dumb. And when I say dumb, I don't mean dumb to everything. I'm saying dumb to just a basic education. Because they didn't graduate from high school. So that was the one scenario that they all had in common. So I took it that not going to school and not learning and not trying to be better could get you killed. That's what I took from that interview. So you here, you got people that love you, get this education. Get all you can. You should pull it out of your teacher. If your teacher ain't giving you enough, pull it out of them. Make your teacher better. See, everybody that I go around, I try to make them better. I don't want to leave a situation the way it was when I got there. I want it to be better. All right? Mm-hmm. Thank y'all. Y'all been great.
Yes.
And if they want to ask me any questions, I'm open to any questions.
Okay, anybody have any questions for Ms.